Sister Wives Kody and Cristin Brown court battle over who won. Sister Wives star Kody Brown has faced many controversies over the years. One of them was how he had neglected many of his children, especially the older ones, when they moved to Flagstaff. His alienation also got worse when Cristin passed away. The latest season also showed his interest in becoming a monogamous couple with Robin. But Cristin is not letting her ex-husband get away that easily. Keep reading to see the latest news about how Cristin beat Kody in court. Sister Wives. Kody Brown makes shocking claims against Kody. Kody previously went live on social media, where she opened up about how her father neglects his older children. According to the Sister Wives star, she hates it when her dad lumps all of his kids into one group and says nasty things about them and their moms. She thinks it's Kody's way to somehow protect them, but she wishes he had distinguished them individually. Kody later said that Kody is now working very hard to improve his relationship with his kids. But she believes that things will only get better if he acknowledges all his wrongdoings and all the horrible things he has said about them. Kody also mentioned that Kody alienated his older kids even more when Cristin passed, and it seems Cristin is taking action to punish Kody for his behavior. Cristin beats Kody in court. Blogger Without a Crystal Ball recently claimed that Cristin and Kody Brown went to court a few days ago to argue about child support, especially for their daughter, Truly. The Sister Wives stars entered into a settlement for child support. There are not many details regarding the matter, but sources said that Kody is no longer fighting Cristin since she last filed for parenting time, child custody, paternity, and child support last September. Kody counterfiled during that time, which puzzled a lot of fans as he never had a good relationship with Truly. In addition to their recent court hearing, Kody was said to have completed a child support worksheet and statement of compliance, indicating that he's now financially going to support his youngest daughter from Cristin. Cristin will also have to do the same. Meanwhile, sources said that Truly will get to decide where she wants to live, but they believe that she won't have second thoughts about living with her mom. Sister Wives. Kody Brown's horrible relationship with Truly. Sister Wives fans have seen Kody Brown's awkward relationship with Truly over the years. The two were never close and even had numerous scenes where their hugs and conversations seemed forced. Truly always looked uncomfortable whenever she was with her biological dad. Cristin has also mentioned Kody's lack of effort for their youngest daughter. It should also be mentioned that Kody was never on Cristin's side when she was in labor for Truly, where her life was also put in danger, which may also be the turning point of their marriage. The courtroom was quiet, unusually so, considering the storm that had brewed between Kody Brown and Cristin Brown for over 2 years. The fluorescent lights buzzed gently above the rows of wooden benches, casting long shadows over the worn linoleum floor. This wasn't just any divorce proceeding. It was the final act in one of reality TV's most emotionally charged breakups. Fans of Sister Wives had watched the cracks form, the walls tumble, and the gloves finally come off. Now the gavel was about to fall. Cristin sat confidently beside her attorney, dressed in a muted forest green suit, a color that suited her new sense of groundedness. Her fiancé, David Woolley, sat a few rows behind, his presence quiet but firm. Cristin didn't need to glance back to feel his support. She'd been fighting this battle alone for long enough, spiritually, financially, and emotionally. But today, she was fighting to secure what she believed was rightfully hers and her children's. Across the aisle, Kody Brown sat with his jaw clenched, a carefully rehearsed neutrality painted across his face. He wore a navy blue blazer that looked like it hadn't been worn in years. His hair, once proudly flowing in the early seasons, was now pulled back into a tight ponytail, the silver strands betraying the stress of the past few years. Robin, the last wife standing, gripped his hand as if to keep him tethered to reality. The case, it wasn't just about child support or property. It had ballooned into something far bigger. Who legally held rights to the Flagstaff home Cristin had walked away from, the back royalties from book sales, and, most explosively, the family's Sister Wives LLC residuals. Cristin claimed that while she had emotionally divested from the Brown family years before leaving, she had still contributed equally to the financial ecosystem of the show, endured the public scrutiny, and raised 6 children, often while Kody was away playing spiritual husband to Robin. She wanted her share. Kody's team argued she walked away voluntarily, leaving behind shared assets and obligations. To him, this wasn't just about money. It was about pride, about control, about the unraveling of a kingdom he once ruled with a rotating dinner schedule and endless family meetings. But Cristin's attorney had receipts, literally. Old text messages, emails, and documentation showing that Cristin had helped manage finances, organize production details, and even gave up opportunities so that the focus could shift to Robyn and her children when Kody requested. Cristin was more than a partner, her lawyer stated in closing. She was an unpaid executive producer, a co-parent, and a peacekeeper. If anything, she deserves more than half. Kody's rebuttal was less persuasive. It was emotional. He ranted about betrayal, about spiritual unions being misunderstood by the courts, about how Cristin had poisoned the family dynamic. He glared not just at Cristin, but briefly at the judge, a move that made his attorney visibly cringe. And then, after a tense hour-long recess, the judge returned with the decision. Cristin would be awarded 60% of the LSC residuals, retroactive pay from the last 2 seasons, and full ownership of her Flagstaff property. Kody was also ordered to pay modest monthly child support for their youngest daughter, Truly, until she turned 18. Kody's face collapsed into something unreadable, not quite rage, not quite shock, but the raw defeat of a man who believed the world still owed him the role of patriarch, even after most of his wives had walked away. Cristin didn't smile. She simply nodded, her hands folded calmly in her lap. This wasn't about revenge. It was about closure. Outside the courthouse, a small crowd of curious fans and local press waited. Cristin emerged with David at her side. "I never wanted it to come to this," she told reporters, "but sometimes standing up for yourself means going through fire. I'm proud of where I've landed, and I hope others, especially women, know they can walk away from bad situations and still rebuild something beautiful." Kody, meanwhile, didn't stop for cameras. He and Robyn slipped into a waiting SUV. As they pulled away, a reporter shouted, "Kody, do you still believe in plural marriage?" He didn't respond. Back at home, Cristin poured herself a glass of red wine, her youngest daughter laughing in the background as David grilled burgers in the backyard. The sky was starting to bloom in soft purples and golds. She stepped onto the porch and looked out at the mountains, solid, unmoving, unapologetically themselves. She whispered, "I won." Not because the court said so, but because she was finally free. Would you like a follow-up creative piece from Kody's or Robyn's perspective?